All right, here we go. This is going to be a look at Lorne Armstrong. He's a pretty underrated predator. No, I'm just kidding. This has been done before. Obviously, so many times it's been done before. But there's just sometimes you just have to go back and watch the classics, and I think it's appropriate now to do this. Look at Lorne Armstrong, who's, I'm not the biggest Lorneographer, but in terms of total screen time with the Predators that I've watched, Lorne is probably number one. I'm a Lorne purist in a sense. I really love his original TCAP stuff. The phone calls, the holy Lorneography, and of course the Holy Grail itself, the uncut Predator footage. And I'm not a fan of the newer stuff, the catfishing, the cod fishing, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a fan of it, but I can see why people obviously are. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this. I've seen this so many fucking times, so I probably have the whole thing memorized at this point. But whatever. It should be a good one at least. So here we go. Here he comes. Our Lord and Savior right now is coming into the house.
Hey, I'm glad you
Hey,
come.
girl!
How are
Up
you?
next, this potential predator will be thinking that he too should have stayed away.
Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm good. How are you?
How was your drive?
Terrible.
She was alright.
So right away he comes in and the decoy asks him how his drive was. He says terrible, and then so he wasn't expecting. I think he wasn't expecting her to be like, "Oh, how come?" And obviously his drive wasn't fucking terrible. It was probably the best drive of his life. He probably thought, "Yes, I'm finally going to see my precious little princess, and it's going to be the best day of my life. It's my birthday too. Gonna get some birthday facts." So yeah, this was probably the best drive of his life. So he wasn't expecting to be called out right there. I think he was expecting Caleb to be like, "Oh Lord, what happened? Let me comfort you. Let me suck your dick so I can comfort you." So but yeah, so I wasn't expecting it to say, "Oh, terrible."
Well, look, we got these new chairs. You have to sit down.
I have to sit down?
Yeah, look. It's a massager
Oh my
chair.
God,
You vibrate
look at
when you press the buttons.
Look, oh my god.
Yeah, flip the switches.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god. So yeah, I mean, right away, we're less than 40 seconds into this because this was actually, there's like 20 seconds of intro, or maybe 10 seconds of intro, and Lord has already given us some great lines right there. But yeah, it's not a massaging chair. It's one of those fucking things that you got at Brookstone, which I'm not even sure if those are even still around anymore. But one of those things at Brookstone that you were like, I don't know, $40-$50. And, they were, it was like a fake massager, probably had like a heat. It does have a heater on it, as we know. But right away, what is this fucking setup? I mean, no one has a living room that looks like this, where you just have two chairs facing each other. One of them has the recliner up, and there's just nothing. It's like, looks like it's a television studio. I mean, it's like, at this point, 2007, the final sting of To Catch a Predator, Predators, they only had 7 showed up to Kentucky. Only 7, because people were so aware at this point. And obviously, at this point, you're not coming to anyone's house at this point. You know that's off the fucking table. So the only people that showed up to Kentucky are complete morons. And if you look at it, it fucking works. You have this guy, Dustin McFetridge, fucking the fat guy. What the fuck was the fat guy's name? The fat guy with the red shirt and the jorts. I can't remember his name at the moment. We had Bald Beaver Hunter, Paul Westwood, the Brett Favre lookalike, and you had the lieutenant, the fake lieutenant. I mean, you have so many. I don't know. Am I missing one? I might be missing one in there also. But you have all the people that showed up to this thing were complete idiots. And so obviously, they're the only ones who haven't seen To Catch a Predator at this point. And then obviously you have a nice red flag right here, and that the whole fucking living room looks like a television studio. Come on!
Which one is it?
Which one is that?
You can use either one of them. It tells you there's one for your butt, there's one for your lower back, and there's one for your upper back.
And fucking Kayla, or what's her face? Casey. She looks so fucking hot here, man. She's 19 at this point, right? This is the only time, during the Kentucky sting, is the only time that I ever found her attractive. Not in the New Jersey sting, not on her fucking pictures on Instagram, where she looks just, doesn't look so good, but she looks fucking hot here. I don't know, it must be the lighting, the studio lighting that we're in here. She looks hot, and she's getting into this performance here. It went for your back, it went for your lower back, it went for your butt.
I just felt my butt.
Oh, that's my butt.
I think.
You can pretty much tell a difference when you press
Holy!
on.
Yep, that's my
That
butt.
feels so good, right?
I thought you had blonde hair.
Do you like it? I dyed it by
I
myself.
think it's pretty.
Thank you.
So that's a good line by Kayla right there. Oh yeah, I dyed it myself. But yeah, Lauren's like, I thought you had blonde hair. And it's like, because Lauren, in Lauren's mind, he feels that he is entitled to, despite him being on a scale of 1 to blue waffle, being off the fucking charts, he thinks that he deserves a nice busty broad with blonde hair who wants nothing more than to bear his children, his idiot children, right? Despite him being completely ugly. So he might be, I'm surprised that, you know, because Lauren wanted total control over Kayla, right? Lauren wanted nothing more than just to control Kayla every day, 24/7. Didn't want anything else. So I'm surprised that he's just okay with her having not blonde hair at this point, because I think if she had just dyed her hair, I think Lauren would have felt like he was entitled to know that during their month-long 407-page chat log. I think Lauren would have wanted to know that. I'm just surprised that Lauren's just... Well, I think at this moment, there's nothing short of Chris Hansen and the trip to jail that would make Lauren unhappy at this point. So, I guess he's willing to give her some slack.
You.
It's very pretty.
And he's still fucking with the
Where's
mom.
the pizza?
Oh my
I was
God.
waiting to eat because I thought you were bringing some.
I want to bring you pizza.
I wasn't bringing any pizza. Okay, his name is Lorne, Lorne, and you're Kayla. You should have condoms, pizza, bracelet, and cam. I don't know why they ever thought that he was going to bring pizza. Lauren's a cheap fuck, of course. He barely had enough gas to get to the Sting house. So yeah, he obviously wasn't going to spring for he couldn't even spring at this point in his life. He couldn't even spring for a shitty $5 hot and ready from Little Caesars, which I've never had. I wish there's not one. I've never been in a close proximity to a Little Caesars, so I can't really comment on their pizza. But when you're selling a pizza for $5, I'm just going to assume that it's not very good. You know, it just barely qualifies as pizza. But yeah, Lauren couldn't even spring for something like that at this stage in his life. And it's interesting because he did scam Durango Mango Betty out of, what was it, $25,000? And he left Maine with nothing but a truck to his name. So he probably paid a few months advance on his apartment, which is unfortunate because he only stayed there for 2 months or something like that. But where did the rest of his money go? You can't spend $25,000 just on Bud Light and cigarettes, although maybe Lorne could. It's like, where did that money go that he wasn't able to afford things, and he was sleeping on the floor in his shitty apartment, and he's like, oh shit, I need to get a job because I won't be able to pay my rent. Like, I don't understand how Lorne was so bad with money to, you know, that he ran out of his quote unquote free money in like less than 2 months. It doesn't make sense.
Well, weren't you gonna bring me something?
Well, yes, I was. And I did.
Did you bring any condoms?
Yes, I
And
did.
Lauren is so happy at this point that she brought that up. Like, yes, all right, we're on the same page here. Lauren has got a huge smile. Even when Kayla decoy Casey says he walked in like he won the lottery, and it's so true. This is maybe the happiest day of Lorne's life at this point. Anyway, this is maybe the happiest Lorne has ever been in his life. And it all comes crashing down after this. Oh, it was just something so great about seeing the Holy Lorneography, about seeing the Holy Grail here. There is just something, you know, it never gets old to me. It never gets old. I can't say that about, maybe the only other Predator that I can say that about is JPW. And, because that is weekly viewing for me. I watch his uncut at least once a week. So that might be, this and JPW's uncut are the two things in TCAP that never get old to me.
Where are they?
Out in the truck.
Well, what good are they going to do in the truck if we're in here?
Well, yell at me, why don't you? I haven't had a kiss yet.
So, yeah, Lorne is rightfully upset right there because there was never a plan for him to come into the house. It was never in the plan for him to come into the house. Lorne, if you read all of the chat logs and you listen to all the phone calls, the only thing that Lorne says is that you're going to come in, I'm going to pull up to the truck, I'm going to pull up in my truck, white with gray on the bottom, to the house. And you can see Lorne speed around the house, around the cul-de-sac, whatever it is. There's, not in this video, you can find it on YouTube. But you can see him speed around and he's fucking amazed that it's a mansion. He is amazed that he's showing up to a mansion at this point because, yeah, Lorne in that neighborhood is probably the most out of place fucking thing that you could ever imagine. So Lorne, in this point, Lorne is the whole plan was for Lorne to pull up. She was gonna walk out with her little backpack, her little suitcase, and come waltzing down the driveway into his truck. And he just thought nobody was ever going to see that or notice that. And it's like, okay, I'm ready, Lorne, let's go. And they were gonna cheese it back to Nashville. But yeah, I mean, Lorne thought that was the plan. So that's why he's like, well, yell at me, why don't you? About not bringing the condoms into the house. Because he never planned on coming into the house. And Lorne is, like, taking a huge risk coming into the house. That was never in the plan. But Lorne showed no hesitation about coming into the house. He fucking waltzed in there like he won the fucking lottery.
Oh, okay. Well, then what did you want to do?
Well, I want to kiss first.
He's still fucking with the buttons on the thing. You can hear it click, click, click. But yeah, Lorne, at least he's not one of those guys that came in asking for a hug. Oh, a hug.
And then what?
Can I have a kiss first?
Well, let's talk first. We just got here.
Would you like me to go out in the truck and get myself?
No, it's all right.
No? You don't want your thing right now? Present I gave you?
Well, what is it?
Well, I can't tell you. That wouldn't be much of a present if I told you.
Well, you can go.
Shit. I'm coughing, I swear. It's not because I've smoked cigarettes like Lorne. I was drinking water, went down the wrong tube. So give me a second here, guys. Alright, I'm good. But yeah, one thing I wanted to mention here is that now Kayla is a little bit more comfortable, but the knee is still out, which is a bit interesting. Why is, like... I don't know if you can even really quite see, but her knee is pointing out like a fucking arrow or like a gun saying, hey, don't fuck with me. And Lorne is just lapping it up, man. He's relaxed and he is, excuse me, just relaxed and he's like kicking out. He's got his recliner up. He's so comfortable. He's with his girlfriend. And yeah, he's getting a little bit frustrated at this point though. Because oh, what is it? He doesn't want to, it's not much of a present if I told you, but I don't recall him ever, I might be wrong about this. I can't recall him saying in the Lorneography, the Holy Lorneography, that it was a surprise. I thought it was always that he was going to take her shopping for jewelry shopping at Walmart. I think that's what he said in the chat log. but he might have just went on his own when he got the condoms that he didn't want to bring. When he got the condoms, he also got the bracelet. A bracelet. I brought her a bracelet.
Go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
I hate that sound. I hate that when he does when he laughs. He does that so many times in the phone calls, and he does it right there. Listen to it again. I fucking hate this right
You can
here.
go get it in a little bit or something, okay?
Okay.
I hate that at the end. And he does that on the phone. He's like, you must really like me to want to talk to me that long.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Are you
A little bit,
anxious?
not as bad as what you thought you would be.
Not as bad, but I still
Are you anxious about talking to me?
kind of nervous. I'd rather like talk a little bit first and then like so I'm more comfortable, you know?
That's like
Cool.
Good. I'm really glad.
And that is just, you can feel the awkwardness when he's, every time he says that line, you can feel the awkwardness. I mean, it's obviously a reference to the chat log because she said Kayla, not this Kayla, but the other Kayla, said cool. Like every single portion of the chat, she said cool. So that's Lorne making an inside joke, a reference that's like cool. And obviously she doesn't read the chat log. She doesn't fucking know what that is. And you can just see the awkwardness on her face. But it also doesn't explain the creepy hand gesture. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Comfortable, you know?
that's like
Cool. I don't know what the hell it is with the hand gesture. Because, yeah, I mean, that might just be Lorne trying to be hip. That might have worked in 1974, Lorne. Actually, no, he was, it might have worked in 1983, Lorne. But it's not cool anymore.
I'm really glad.
And right there, you get your first real awkward pause, and it's like, yeah, oh, Lord, you gotta break the ice right here.
I like seeing
I
you in
like
person.
you in person.
Yeah, I like seeing you too.
Good.
So
This is getting hot. How come?
oh, because press the red button. It's a heater too.
And it's like, I'm really shocked. Lorne, we're about to get, the crucifixion is about to start. But yes, Lorne doesn't know. I'm surprised that he was so computer savvy because he's a yokel from Maine who just doesn't seem like he would be the type of person that to be an early adopter of the internet or computers or technology like that. And it shows his inexperience because he doesn't understand the heater on the massager. He's like, it's just getting hot, how come? But he doesn't understand why, but he still seems to be at least computer literate, at least compared to some of the other predators. He seems to be very computer literate, is what I'm saying. Teaching her how to delete her archives. We gotta break up. The Yahoo police is reading our chat logs. We need to be discreet when we're talking. And Lord, I don't know. I don't know what made him, or how he even got very computer literate. It's very interesting. Because he's a guy who, first of all, he doesn't even have much money, but he was able to buy a computer, I guess, with his stolen Durango Mango money. He was able to buy a computer, I guess, which, that was one thing that he sprung for. He didn't have a television, he didn't have a bed, but he had a computer. So where are his priorities?
You gonna have a seat too?
I like to sit on the edge of chairs.
There you
Yeah.
And then Chris Hansen comes out, but that is great. I love to sit on the edge of chairs. Lorne wants her to come sit on his lap. No, I like to sit on the edge of chairs. It would have been really interesting. I would have loved to have seen what would happen if Chris Hansen did not pop out right here. What would be the next thing to come out of Lorne's mouth if Chris Hansen didn't pop out right here? Hey, sir! But it would be really interesting to see where Lorne would have taken it. Lorne obviously, I think, got frustrated with that. Do you? Like, Lorne is getting frustrated. And it would have been really interesting to see what would have happened had Chris Hansen just given him like 5 or 10 more seconds. Not a lot of time. But it would have really have been interesting. Like, imagine this was Jeff Sokol and Nervous Nelly. Their interaction was a lot longer. It feels like it was a lot longer than 2 minutes, 40 seconds. I could be wrong about that. But if they had that amount of time, what we could have seen happen here.
Pretty comfortable there.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
What's happening?
Not too much?
Not too much.
And that's the moment where Lorne Armstrong's life changes forever. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm going to break this up. This might be 2 or 3 parts, I don't know, but we're about 20 minutes in here, so I'm going to break it up into 2 parts, so I'll see you guys in part 2. Alright, so here we go, part 2 of Lorne Armstrong. This time, we're going to be, from here on out, it's Lorne Armstrong versus Chris Hansen. And, you know, it's interesting, but before we get started here, you know, I was extremely tired before I started recording this, and it's just, you know, I wasn't, I don't know, I wasn't as cheerful and positive as I was before I started watching this, and so it's just something, you know, I always get into a good mood watching this, and it's just, I'm very appreciative that this exists, because imagine this didn't exist. Oh my god, how different would all of our lives be if this did not happen? And we're so thankful to have lived in a time where this happened, because we could have been born in this, you know, the 1790s or something like that, where this was never even a thing. This was, you know, we wouldn't have this. But we were lucky to be born at a time where this is not only happened, but preserved for all eternity. The internet will live on, and this will always be a part of it. I mean, assuming Chris Hansen doesn't copyright strike crazy again, because this did go away, actually, for a period of time. But it's back now. Alright, my recording cut out. A little bit peeved off about that, but here we go.
Seem pretty comfortable there.
Hey,
Hi, sir.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing?
What's happening?
Not too much.
Not too much. You a Boston fan?
Yeah, actually, I don't even watch baseball.
But it's a Boston
What a-
cap.
It's Boston
fucking
Camp, yeah.
asshole. That's a Boston Cap. I don't even watch baseball. It means Lorne probably got this hat 10 years ago in the clearance section of a Goodwill or something like that. You know, Lorne doesn't even watch baseball. He just has the fucking hat, and he's probably had it for years. He just refuses to get a new one. But yeah, Lorne, at this point, October 18th, 2007, the Boston Red Sox are playing, oh shit, 2007. Was that against the Detroit Tigers? I think it was against the Detroit Tigers in the ALCS. They were playing them at this very second. And Lorne, Chris Hansen probably wishes he was watching it. But no, he has to stay here and fucking grill a piece of shit like this. Wearing the fucking hat, doesn't even fucking realize that they're playing right now. His favorite fucking team. He's just wearing the hat. What a piece of shit. And of course the Red Sox won the World Series that year. And so Lorne, not a baseball fan, but this team right here is the team that won the World Series. Oh, one team's glory and one person's downfall. Love it.
So what are you up to tonight?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot?
No.
Well, I'll tell you, for the last several days, you've been up to a lot. You're a pretty prolific chatter there.
As you can see, Lorne was a little bit confident at that point. You know, he was like, it's a Boston Cap, yap, yap, not a whole lot. And now he realizes, oh shit, he has the chat log. Oh shit. Lorne, you're gonna have to explain yourself. What are you gonna say?
You want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
You weren't really going to do anything.
No.
Yeah, fucking right. Oh man, so it is interesting. Lorne, less than a minute ago, maybe a little bit more than a minute ago, was asking Kayla, "Can I have a kiss first?" And he's like, "I never really was gonna do anything." And Chris Hansen never brings that up, though. It's a bit interesting. Why doesn't Chris Hansen ever bring up what they say before he pops out? He never does that. I don't know why he doesn't do that, because it would be, you know, it was kind of, boom, you got him. You caught him. So, I mean, he less than, a minute and a half ago, you asked for a kiss. You weren't going to do anything.
So you brought condoms. What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
A bracelet. And she is how old?
She's supposed to be 13.
Supposed to be 13.
And how old are you?
Lorne is very upset. Lorne supposed to be 13. Lorne is very upset about that, because he's like, damn it, it's happening again. Of course, he was codfished by Amanda James. He's like, oh no, it's happening again. I think that's what Lorne... When Lorne is crying throughout all of this, I don't think it's because he's embarrassed. I don't think it's because he's, upset about going to jail. I don't think it's because he lost his precious little princess. I think it's because he is mad or just upset that, oh no, it happened again. I got catfished. And Lorne, at this point, Lorne does not realize that this is a sting. Lorne wouldn't realize it was a sting until many, many hours later when he was in a jail cell with the rest of the Kentucky Predators. He would not realize that this was a sting. He thought, in his opinion, I'm jumping all over the place here, but I mean, maybe I should be saying this towards the end, but fuck it, I'm going to say it right now. Lorne thought that Chris Hansen, that Kayla, somehow, the Yahoo police, found the chat logs, contacted the authorities, and the authorities called the news. And this is Chris Hansen. He doesn't think that this is a sting operation. He thinks that this is a news report and they are just targeting him and him alone. And look at Chris Hansen. He's going in for the kill right here. Look at that face. I think Lorne gets it. Lorne gets it pretty fucking rough from Chris Hansen. I mean, he fucking deserves it. I'm glad it happened, but he gets it worse than a lot of other Predators do.
37.
37.
Today.
You have kids?
Today. No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've got nieces, though,
Nieces.
that I think the world of.
Yeah, you talk about your nieces in the chat here. And you talk about how you like to spoil the nieces and how you would like to spoil this 13-year-old girl like you spoil your nieces.
Yeah.
Is this the way you spoil young women?
No. So I don't think it's ever come out throughout all this shit with Lorne Armstrong. More info about those nieces. Because those nieces probably saw this. They're like, oh, fucking hell. Uncle Lorne, why would you do this? And they probably have seen this uncut. I'm sure they've seen the uncut. They've had to have seen this uncut. And they'd be like, oh, no, he brought us up. He brought us up. Why would he do that? And yeah, I mean, Lorne's relationship with his nieces is something that is, I think, a little bit underlooked in the whole Lorneography thing, you know? About how he says that, oh, his nieces asked him, or he bought his nieces a pair of short shorts, and he's like, yeah, that's creepy. I wouldn't want my uncle, my uncle would never buy me short shorts, but, and uncle, if this happened, you know, where an uncle gave somebody, you know, oh, clothes that your parents don't want you to wear, that's creepy as fuck.
Now, what's your name?
This is what I was afraid of.
What were you afraid of?
Stupid move.
Stupid
What
move.
were you afraid of?
Stupid move. Yeah, I fucking love that line. I recite these lines all the time. Just when I'm in my house by myself, I'll fucking walk up the stairs saying, "Oh, this is what I was afraid of." Stupid move. I do that all the fucking time. Just it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's very healthy, but it brightens my day a little bit. And yeah, that is one that I recite quite a lot. This is what I was afraid of. Stupid move.
Just because she was a nice girl and
She was a nice girl. You still haven't told me your name, though.
it's Lorne
Lorne what?
Armstrong
Armstrong. And where do you live, Lorne?
in Nashville now.
Nashville. What do you do in Nashville?
Actually, I work at a construction company.
And what do you build?
I just started
Mini syllables. Just started that
last week.
last week. Yeah, so this is interesting. Lorne, this was the happiest Lorne has been. I think not only did he have an internet girlfriend, but he finally had a job that he liked after selling Beatles benefit concert tickets at his call center. That he lasted probably, I don't know exactly how long he lasted there, but it was like less than a month, let's say. Because he started off the Lorneography, the Holy Lorneography, I think unemployed. And then he got the ticket selling job, and then he quit that. He was unemployed for like a week, and then he got the LOL job. And Lorne loved his job. He was like, oh man, I get to bring my dog with me. My boss already asked me if I wanted to just work for him, which is bullshit. But yeah, Lorne was happy. He liked his job. He had his internet girlfriend. He got out of a job and he was that he didn't like after he told the boss to go fuck himself, which never happened. I guarantee you that. And this was probably the happiest point in his life, and it was all going to go to shit.
Building a gym for a church.
A gym for a church.
Get your fucking words out, Lord.
Is that a good job?
Yeah.
Now, besides all this chat here, and we'll go through that in a minute, you also sent a whole bunch of pictures.
I'm listening to this with headphones on, and they're actually pretty nice headphones, like pretty high quality headphones. Not to humble brag or anything, but you can really hear a lot more detail, I think, when you're listening with headphones. You know, you can hear all the rippling of the paper, everything like that. Listen to this with headphones, and that's my recommendation.
I think that's appropriate.
God.
Snot.
He turns the fucking
all-
paper over. He's so disgusted with himself. And you can see when he watch his interrogation, when they bring up the nude pictures, that's when he bawls even more. I mean, he's bawling throughout the whole fucking thing, but he bawls even more when the nude pictures get brought up. He's like, that's when he goes, you know, he like makes his own separate. It's like a whole separate thing. He fucking turns the paper over though. That is fucking hilarious.
All your pictures, right? Is that all you do in your spare time?
No.
No, that's a fucking lie. That is all he was doing in his spare time. When he was not at work or at the karaoke bar, he was sitting in front of his computer chatting with Kayla. And he was naked for most of it. So that is bullshit. That is a fucking lie, Lorne.
You ever get in trouble like this before?
No, I've never done this before.
You've never done it before.
It's also a lie. He messaged other decoys. He's talked to other underage girls. Lorne's a fucking liar. We all know that though, but I'm just saying he's lying at this point.
Have you ever met anybody in person who you first
I
met
said my microphone. Sorry if that was really loud.
online in a chat room?
No.
This is the first time. So
Yeah.
what made you, all of a sudden, for the first time, get online, chat up a 13-year-old girl, and drive up from Nashville to meet her for sex?
I didn't.
Lauren. You send her naked photos. You have an explicit conversation. And you bring condoms.
Yeah, Lorne tried to say, "Oh, I would never have had sex with her," but yeah, obviously that's a lie, and he doesn't even finish that sentence because he knows that, oh man, that's bullshit. And Hanson doesn't. Obviously, Hanson grills him on that. I think, is that the part of the job that Hanson enjoys the most when these guys? I don't think it is, because he gets clearly frustrated whenever they say, "I wasn't going to do anything," after he has the chat logs, right? After he has the receipts. He's like, but I think he enjoys that part a little because he can grill them. He can fucking grill them. Oh, right here, you say that. You brought condoms. You brought booze. What the fuck were you gonna do then?
What does that add up to?
37 plus 13 equals trouble. That's what Mike Manzi, I just got done recording that, so that's why it's fresh in the brain right now. Hang on, I'm going to pause for 1 second, guys. I gotta find something real quick. Alright, yeah, I found what I was looking for. It's for later on, so I'm not going to show it right now, but I did find it. So, let's keep going.
At first, you seem like the Good Samaritan, the protector. Don't tell me your last name. Don't ever tell anyone from the internet your last name, okay? Okay, why? Because there are some real weirdos on here sometimes, and they might try to go looking for you. So don't ever tell them your last name, your address, your phone number, the town you live in, or the school you go to. You're one of those weirdos.
Oh my god! That is great. I fucking love it. Hansen is in, this is the point in TCAP, I should say, where it was less about informative journalism and more about just getting reactions and trolling the hell out of people. Even though that line didn't make the final cut of the show, oh, that is a way up there in terms of the top Hansen singers right there. And Lorne cannot handle his emotions right now. He is, I think he's crying at this point. He's got his hand on his face. That's just a complete protective mechanism right there. But look at him. He's still, throughout the whole thing, he will have his legs crossed like that. And there is a theory that he kept the massaging chair on the entire fucking time. He just never shut it off. So this entire time, he's getting a fucking massage throughout this whole thing.
I mean, was that some kind of a ruse to gain her trust?
No,
And it was.
So how did
Lorne was a serial groomer, man. I think he's definitely done it before in terms of grooming children. He's definitely seeks out children, I think. That is his preference at this point in his life. Because he likes to have the power. He wanted somebody... Excuse me. That was awful, I know. But he wanted somebody who just wanted a toy. I don't think he was in love with Kayla Marie Armstrong, Kayla Moore. I don't think he was in love. I think he was attracted more to the fact that he said, whatever he said, Kayla agreed with it. No questions asked. And that's why he was attracted to Kayla. He's tried this before, but obviously because Lorne being Lorne, fucking insecure and needy as hell. I mean, he cries over everything. He's like, oh, and even in the Holy Lornography, he says, oh, you turned your cam off. I told you to leave your cam on so you could watch me sleep. But no. Lorne, so insecure, so like that. Obviously, his shtick would never work on an adult female, so he goes to the teenage females, and even they, I imagine, would get sick of his shtick after a while, and he finally found one that would go along with it. And it just happened to be fucking Sting.
Go from, hey, be careful, don't give anybody your last name, to, hi, here's some naked pictures of myself and I'm coming over with condoms?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Don't know.
Well, you must know something. I mean, help me to understand this.
I don't know why.
You don't know.
I even did.
You don't know why you did it. Well, I think I know why you did it. You did it because you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
I don't think that.
No, what?
What? Yeah, even Chris Hansen gets in on the mini syllables right there. And yeah, Lorne can't even say anything. He says because he doesn't want it, because he can't say that he didn't want to. He knows that he can't say that he didn't want to. So all he could come up was, I don't think that was it.
Was it?
You don't think it was it? Well, why don't you help me out? Why don't you tell me what it was then?
Yeah, so this is the Amanda James part of this, which I don't really care for, this next few minutes where he explains the Amanda James thing. I'm not really going to commentate much over this because I don't really have anything to say over it. This is my least favorite part of it. I'll just let it kind of play. If I have to say anything, I'll say anything. But I mean, I don't want to just skip over it, so we'll just let it play.
Because I wasted 5 years of my life on the internet talking to girls that gained my trust, and she seemed like somebody I could trust.
You could trust. So when you say you spent 5 years on the internet, what, getting taken advantage of by women? In what way?
In every way.
In every way. So that is one thing I do want to say. Lorne is definitely childish. Oh, you got taken advantage of by women? In what way? In every way. Like, no, shut the fuck up. You didn't get taken advantage of in every way. Lorne's definitely got an overinflated sense of self. He thinks that his entire world revolves around him when it doesn't.
I was on Washington
So
State.
that's why he said that, in my opinion.
That's when I started going on the internet.
When you lived in Washington State, you started going on the internet, and what happened?
I met a girl, and she said her name was Amanda James, and she told me that her daughter was her niece, and that she was watching her niece. Well, she was actually had custody of her niece.
And then?
3 years later, I moved back to Maine just to be closer to her because she lived in Pennsylvania. And I didn't date anyone. I didn't see anyone because of her.
All right, so what happened?
I got back to Maine and I was talking to her
On the phone.
and she, my sister wanted to say hi to her, and my sister had been on the internet for a couple of years and she was able to read people pretty good.
And what happened?
And she got on the phone with her, and she, after she got off the phone, she was only on the phone with her for about 2 minutes, and she got off the phone with her and told me that she wasn't real.
She wasn't real.
No. So, like, that's Lorne to a T. He has gone years talking to fake women from the internet. Years. And he still hasn't learned his lesson. After he just went to prison again, there's already been contact made, and Lorne's gone along with it. Lorne is a fucking idiot, and he deserves everything that he's gotten. This happened to him back in, what did he say this was, 2001, something like that? And this happened to him from 2001. He went to jail for 5 years, so that doesn't really count, but nearly 20 fucking years he's been getting catfished on the internet. He doesn't learn. He thinks that every woman that he talks to is in love with him. He's a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot.
She told me she was lying to me, and she'd been lying to me all along.
Did you ever meet this woman?
And he said he moved to Maine, from Maine to be closer to her. She lived in Pennsylvania. Those aren't close. They might be on the same, like, coast, but they're not close to each other. That's fucking stupid right there.
Sent her money?
Sent her money. I sent her all kinds of Dale Earnhardt things.
Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, I don't think he sent her money. I think that's bullshit. Because, I mean, unless he sent her a Dale Earnhardt signed thing that was maybe worth... How much could a signed Dale Earnhardt, like fucking... I don't know. If he sent her a signed Dale Earnhardt thing, which I doubt he did, but say he sent her that, how much is that actually worth? Maybe $500? I mean, it's Dale Earnhardt. He's a legend in that sport, but he's not... I mean, he's not Michael Jordan in terms of mainstream appeal, right? I mean, so he's... I think he definitely sent her Dale Earnhardt things, but I don't think he sent her money. I don't think he sent her anything very valuable. That's probably... Then Amanda James was definitely probably just doing it for money, and she realized, oh shit, of course I get stuck with Lorne, who's fucking broke as shit. Lorne probably sent her a Dale Earnhardt sticker from the back of a fucking, I don't know. I mean, I would say like trading cards, but I don't think they make those for NASCAR. But like something like that, like a fathead sticker. So that qualifies because it costs like $80 for a fathead. So say you send her one of those, and Lorne's like, yeah, I sent her one of those. It cost me $80. Poor me.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. things. She was Dale.
The race car driver.
Yeah.
Do you say Dale Jr. or Dale? Not that it really matters, but...
And so because you got taken advantage by a couple of women on the internet, you thought it was okay to take advantage of a 13-year-old girl on the internet.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so that whole Amanda James thing, it doesn't even vindicate him in any way, you know? It doesn't do anything to support. He's like, oh, I got taken advantage of on the internet, so I would never do that to somebody else. I don't know, that's his thinking, but I don't know how he thinks that, because it's obviously not true. Obviously not true. Because... he is trying to take it. Maybe he's like, in the back of his mind, he's like, yeah, somebody did it to me, so I'm going to do it back to them. That might be his thinking. I could buy that. But it's definitely not, oh, yeah, I was taken advantage of on the internet, so I would never do that to somebody, because I'm a good guy. You're a piece of shit, Lorne. All right, I'm going to break this up. The first time ever, we're going to get 3 parts of this shit out, so let's do it. See you guys in part 3. All right, here we go. Part 3, Lorne Armstrong. The back half. We're almost there. We're almost to the crucifixion, guys. We're almost there.
I'm very happy that you talked to me before talking to anyone else, though. This way, you'll be safe.
That's what I meant, too. I don't know how
You don't know how what?
I don't know how I let it lead to this.
Well, here, let me take you down the road. This is how it went. You started with this, and then it goes to, so this is as thick as a telephone book, by the way, this chat. You started chatting with her when? Last month?
Oh, shit.
So you've been chatting with this young woman for a month.
That's another great line right there. Oh, this thing is as thick as a telephone book, by the way.
And so it starts with you being the protective older brother type. And we flip through.
And look at that. Those are so many
Dozens
fucking
and dozens
pages.
of-
Think of how many trees died to print this scumbag's fucking chat log. How many trees died because of this shit? Like, Lorne, you're killing the environment, Lorne.
Pages here. And ultimately, it builds into
A very
a very
sexually
sexually
explicit
explicit conversation.
conversation.
Right? I wish I were sticking it in you right now.
Would you like to get a closer look of it so you can see it? Oh, what the fuck is? Oh, I fucked it up. I'm not even gonna bother. Would you like to get a closer look at it? Ah, what the fuck is the line? Fuck, hang on. Would you like to see it up close so you can get a better look at it? That's what it is. And Lorne can't believe. Lorne is disgusted with himself right now. He's disgusted for getting himself in this situation, and he's disgusted at having it being read back to him. That piece of paper is still there, by the way. It was naked pictures. It's still there.
You tell her to delete her archives after we stop talking again, okay? Why did you want her to delete her archives?
Say something.
Help me out.
Say something.
Wanted her to get in- I
You
didn't
didn't
want
want
her
to get in trouble.
I didn't want her to get in trouble by her parents.
I didn't want her to get in trouble like parents. Lorne, you should have had better parents, Lorne, because you wouldn't have done this. Kayla's parents would never have let this happen. Yeah, so you should have had better parents, Lorne. Of course, he doesn't have a father. He doesn't really have a father, so kind of... I mean, when your mother is Mama Gwen, I mean, then it makes sense. I'll say it like that.
I mean, this goes on and on and on.
Oh, I love it.
Do you think naughty thoughts about me before you go to sleep? You talk about getting married to her. Getting married. She's
And even Chris Hansen is disgusted here. Even Chris Hansen is completely disgusted by this. And they let him off easy in terms of what they showed on the actual segment. None of this crap made it into the segment that he was on. They made him look fucking good. They didn't make him out to be the monster that he was. And that's why when people first see Lorne Armstrong, they usually see the segment that aired on the show, right? They don't see the uncut. But when you see the uncut, you realize how fucked up this guy is, and they don't show it. They don't show it on the show because it's on network television. It's on a prime time, basic cable channel. NBC. Everyone gets NBC, right? So they don't want people to turn their televisions off, reading all this or hearing and seeing all this disgusting shit that this guy said. So they toned it down tremendously. And they didn't have to do that, in my opinion. They shouldn't have done that. They make him look much better. I mean, not that you can make him look better, per se, but they made him look less of an evil monster than he actually is.
Huh?
And then when she was 18.
Whoa. What do you mean she was 18?
So I meant when she was 18.
You were going to marry her when she turned 18. But you're just going to have sex with her from the ages of 13 to 18.
And Lorne shakes his head, no, but that's exactly what he fucking wanted to do. That's exactly what he wanted to do. He says, oh, I was just going to have sex. I was going to marry her. He thought he was going to stay in contact with Kayla from the ages of 13 to 18. He's 37. So he thought that he was going to be 42 and he was just going to show up when she turned 18, show up on her doorstep in this huge-ass mansion with the two doctors of her parents, You know, he's going to show up on their doorstep. Hi, I'm Lorne. I've been talking to Kayla for 5 years now. She's 18. We already agreed that we're going to get married when she turned 18. And he just thought that that was going to be okay. That's what I'm saying. Lorne didn't have any of this thought out at all. At all. He was not prepared for this at all. He just thought that that was okay. They're just going to let it slide. Oh, yeah, she's 18. She can do it. Yep. That's good with us. You have our blessing, sir, as they shake hands and walk out and get him go get hitched. But no, they just thought they'd be okay with that. Not that, hey, you were talking to her for 5 years as an underage when she was underage. We're not going to take that to the police at all. Lorne was not prepared. And worst case scenario, what happens if Lorne had to end up in a situation where he murdered Kayla Armstrong, Kayla Moore? What would have happened? He would have been fucked. He would have been screwed. This is the best thing for Lorne, was that there was not an actual child there, because he was not prepared for the ramifications. He was only concerned with getting his stick wet. That's it. He didn't think anything beyond that. Hey.
Are you excited about me or my penis? Did you bring anything else with you tonight?
Like what?
Like what?
Like anything?
No.
Food, alcohol?
No.
So just the bracelet and the condom.
And the condoms. Don't forget the condoms. Don't forget the condoms, Chris.
Nothing else.
The pleasure pack, right? He fucking made a special trip and got the fucking variety pack. That's interesting. It's an interesting chase. This is the first time that I think Lorne had to use one. So he's like, oh, let me try this one. Oh, no, I don't want to buy all three. Oh, they have a variety pack. Oh, let's get that one.
What do you think ought to happen to you?
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't do it to him, Chris. Don't do it to him.
Oh, here's a good one. Is Miss Vagina thinking about Mr. Penis? What is she thinking?
Put your hand down. Put your hand down, boy. I'm fucking sobbing. He is one of the only predators that sobs like this. I can't remember. I mean, there are a few that sob, that cry, but it's usually not when they're talking to Chris Hansen. I can't remember one off the top of my head. I'm probably forgetting one. I'm going to remember it. I'm going to be like, ah, fuck. But I can't remember another instance where somebody cries like this in the presence of Chris Hansen. And Lorne, obviously, it's you think about it, Lorne being the youngest of, what, 6 children, was it? Raised by a single mom, right? I mean, they had a stepfather, but I don't remember how long the stepfather was in the picture. But Lorne, being the youngest, probably didn't get enough attention. Probably was left to be raised by the older kids, who probably bullied the shit out of him. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's Lorne, so who gives a shit? So that's probably how he developed this, short fuse that kind of, sets him off at every, at the slightest bit of sadness. That's what sets off the tears. I wonder how much he cried in prison. I mean, because that is one thing. I wish I could be a fly in the wall when Lorne was in prison. That is the most interesting thing to me about this TCAP shit. The one thing that I wish I could know, I'll never know, but I wish I could. When time travel ever becomes a thing, I'm not going back to my youth. I'm not going back to anything else other than, his first day in prison, 2007. That's the first place I'm going. When time travel becomes a thing, that's the first place I'm going. Which is kind of pathetic, but fucking hell, who cares? It's my time travel machine. I'm going to do what I want with it. What do you think ought to happen to you?
What do you think ought to happen to you? Help me out.
Help me out. What are you going to say, Lorne? What are you going to say?
I think I should go to counseling to get off the internet.
It's a good idea. That is a good idea. You should do that, Lorne. He still hasn't done that. 12? No. We're nearly 13 years later. Still hasn't done it. It took him going to jail. And he went to jail because of it. He went to jail again because of it. Still not going to do it.
Get off the internet. Did you ever say to yourself, hey man, I got a problem here?
No, because I never thought I did.
You never thought you did. Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem?
You can see that when Chris Hansen says, I never fucking realized that before. Oh, that is so great. When Chris Hansen says that, he gets even more sad right there. Look at that. Let's watch that again. He's sad right now. Look at this face. But then look at his face when Chris Hansen says, do you ever think that, hey man, you got a problem?
You never thought you did.
Look at his face right here. Watch this one.
Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem? What are you gonna do?
Oh, I fucking love it. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh my god, I'm fucking sweating right now. Oh, that's great. Hang on, I want to watch it one more time. We got a lot of time here, so I'm fucking... Hang on, we'll go back.
Problem.
Wait, back one more.
Does this incident make you think that perhaps you have a problem?
He's like lip cliffering. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna do something because I can't do this. Oh my god.
I gotta do something I can't do that.
Oh my god. Here it comes. Oh, I can't handle this. Oh my god, I can't. I'm standing up. I can't handle this. Oh, this is beautiful. Here we go.
Well,
There's something I gotta tell you.
you ever watch television much? You ever watch a program called Dateline NBC?
No. Who doesn't own a television?
Where there's
That's
something
what I gotta tell you. Don't do it to him. Don't. Oh my god, don't do it to him.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story. Now you're free to walk out of this house right now.
Put that hat down, boy! Put that hat down! Oh shit, I muted it. Oh shit. Watch it one more time. Here we go.
Where there's something I
Oh,
gotta
no,
tell
don't
you.
do it to him.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on a... Now you're free to walk out of this house right now.
Yes! Fuck yeah! Oh, that's the good stuff right there, man.
If there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to
He
say.
has nothing further to say, and he tries to make a quick exit, apparently not knowing what's in store for him outside. Oh, fucking A+ shit right there. A+ shit. Chris Hansen, you get an A+ for that one. Oh, A+. And too bad this was the, 10 years from now, you'd be like, looking back at your life, like, shit, that was 12 years from now. You're not going to be happy with the state of your life 12 years from now. But right in this instance, you got it right. He has nothing further to say. Tries to make a quick exit, apparently not knowing what's in store for him outside. Oh man, he tries to book it. It's too bad for him. The house is so fucking huge that it takes him takes you a while to get back to the front door. Oh damn it. There were probably so many great things that happened in this house. All the family reunions, all the Christmas dinners, all the birthday parties, the barbecues, whatever. None of them stack up to what happened in this house for 14 minutes. It doesn't stack up.
Sheriff's office, down! Get down! On the ground!
Now, I think it's appropriate. Give me 1 second, guys. So, yeah, I think it's appropriate, since we're talking about Lorne Armstrong, to look at this outside bust footage. This is interesting right here. So I'm just going to let it play. I don't know. I just jumped to 1740. I hope that this is the right spot in the video. I don't know if it is, but I hope it is.
Dateline NBC,
Oh, here it is. We get to see it again.
where there's something I got to tell you.
Perfect timing.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on a... Now you're free to walk out of this house right now.
And now, because I want to see the arrest, so that's why I'm doing this.
But if there's anything else you want to say, now would be the time to say it.
Watch this one. Here it comes.
Sheriff's office, down! Get down! On the ground!
Sobbing. He's sobbing.
Put your hands on your back!
And his hat comes off. Everyone reveals his shiny cue ball head. Oh, this is so great. Oh, Lorne. I love it. And then watch, pay close attention right here. Oh, I love that. Love that shot of his head right there. But pay attention. I'm going to turn it up. I don't know if this actually does anything on your end, but I'm going to turn it up so that way I hear it. When he stands up, he's going to be like, please, let me hide my face. He says that. So pay attention. When they get him up on his feet. It's still a while. They turn him around like a pig roast. Like a fucking pig roast. They turn him over to be sacrificed. Oh. They gather all of his stuff. Oh, okay, they just said I was kind of talking over, so I'm going to play it again. But watch, it's right when they stand up. He says, please, let me hide my face. Obviously not. Obviously, he doesn't realize that he was on camera the entire time for like 14 minutes. 15 minutes. He was on camera the entire time. Fucking idiot. No, we were just filming that last 10 seconds. Dumbass. Alright, so I'm not going to play this for much longer. But I just do want to see... You see the Holy Chariot right there. In his truck. White with gray on the bottom. Good description. But I'd like to see, because he's like hides his face. He tries to cover his face. I definitely watched the whole thing. If you want to see this whole thing, you should definitely watch it. I recommend it. But, yeah, he tries to hide from the cameras. Look at him. He's like a POW. Look at him. Look at him! You fucking asshole. Is that your biggest priority right now? What a fucking asshole. You just got arrested. You're going to be in prison for the next 5 years. But this is your biggest worry? Not being on camera? And Lord, you don't know anybody, Lord. No one's going to recognize you. Look at him. What an asshole. Stand up. Stand up straight. I wish the cops could just beat the shit out of him. I don't support police brutality, but in this instance, I support it in this instance. Alright, so it's basically more of this. You can watch the whole thing if you want to, but oh my god. Oh my god. That was a lot of fucking fun. So that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Fucking, sometimes you gotta watch the classics, man. You gotta watch the classics, and this never disappoints. Alright, so that's going to do it. Until next time, I will see you guys later.